What's up, guys? Full up with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So, as expected, Canelo looks to be fighting Triple G in May of this year. Yeah, all I can say is who couldn't see this coming? You know, we all knew it was coming. Deep inside, we couldn't really hold our breath for anything else to come because of the simple fact that Triple G and Canelo need each other. And the reason why they need each other is because in 160 and 168 of life, there's real contenders, real competitors, and you know, that may result into a loss that they can't afford to take. I don't really know who wants to see this fight, but basically I'm assuming that, I would say maybe people who barely watch boxing, who tuned in to the first and second fights because their friends told them about it, want to see this fight, but that's about it. For me, just another black eye on boxing, because it just goes to show that these governing organizations are corrupt. Like politicians, it's almost like politicians, man. It's the same thing, like when they say, oh, these fights aren't being made because of politics. Well, look at the politicians in place. So, and what I mean by that is that the WBC ordered that an eliminator between Golovkin and Jamal Charlo, and the winner would get Canelo. But unfortunately, what they're doing is just bypassing that and just cutting to the chase, which makes me know that WBC really stands for We Back Canelo. That's what it stands for. It doesn't stand for World Boxing Council. I mean, you had guys like Daniel Jacobs, who could have unified with him. You had guys like Demetrius Andrade, who also have a strap. You had guys like Jamal Charlo, who was his mandatory for quite some time. You have guys like at 168 who were calling him out, you know. But he's opting to get a easy one. And I don't see this fight really making any difference, because as a matter of fact, he may stop him in this fight. Canelo may stop Golovkin in this fight due to the simple fact Golovkin has been staying inactive in order to get this fight. So for me, not looking forward to it, and it just shows like what boxing has become. So what I expect to happen is that he will GGG, in order to get the fight, to make it official, he's going to sign to DAZN, of course. That's what's going to happen. He'll sign to DAZN. He'll get that fight. He'll cash out at that fight, and then he'll retire into the sunlight. But for me, personal opinion, I'm not thrilled It's for me, it's not boxing. It's just basically Hollywood soap opera. You know, it reminds me of like these soap operas that you see on daytime TV when there's one guy, and that one guy seems to be getting all the girls and stuff like that, and you know, there's another guy who's envious of him, and so he fought that guy and then like lost the fight. Now he wants revenge on him and things like that. So that's what it is, you know. So my suggestion for the rest of the 160 and 168 pounders is basically, as much as I hate to say this, and I hate to say this, I really hate to say what I'm about to say, but just fight each other. I know, like, in this unpopular opinion, I'm going to say, but it is racial at the end of the day, because styles make fights, and we see what kind of styles most of the black fighters fight in, and the styles that the black fighters fight in, the Charlos, the Andrades, even the Jacobs to a lesser extent, bring many problems to Canelo and Triple G, you know. And so that's the reason why we're seeing this fight again. So for these black fighters, and again, I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna have to say it. I mean, their best bet at this point is just to fight each other. Hate to say it, but so I know Boo Boo and Jacobs, they're friends, but in order to stay active, they might as well just unify their belts. You know, that's what they have to do. Yeah, I mean, that's an easy fight to make for the simple fact they're on DAZN. I think they both fight on DAZN. So that'll be a very, very simple fight to get done. You know, they unify, and unfortunately it leaves Charlo out in the cold. So thinking at 160 with Charlo, maybe go after a Billy Joe Saunders fight. You know, I think that the Coralball fight made him better, so I think he should just go ahead and go after that, maybe, and maybe even fight Billy Joe in Manchester or whatever the case may be. That may be a good move for him, because now, as it stands now, he's kind of officially left out in the cold, unless Jacobs fights him, you know. But again, it just shows the preferential treatment of the order of the day, you know. And the order of the day looked good beating subpar competition, but probably would not look good if they fought like a real live dog, you know. So that's why we're seeing this fight, you know. And it just goes to the many contradictions of Oscar De La Hoya too. he said, what did Oscar De La Hoya say? He said Canelo wants to fight the best. This, that, and the other. Okay, part of fighting the best is fighting dudes with belts. Not just fighting bums who have vacant belts. Or not just fighting bums for vacant belts. So, that's a lie. Canelo has no desire fighting the best fighters. Triple G has no desire fighting the best fighters. It's all a smokescreen. And of course I didn't buy the smokescreen. Because when you have guys, and I'm going to keep on mentioning him, like it or not, when you have guys like Erislandy Lara, who made Canelo look very, very bad, and you have Erislandy Lara saying, I would give Triple G a lot of problems, and Triple G didn't want that work, because the X factor in that is that when you're a boxer who's skilled and you got a little bit of pop on you, then you're going to be a threat to them, and you'll probably show the world that, hey, this guy ain't what he all cracked up to be. Now, as far as Canelo goes, he's improved and became a better fighter. But again, who is he fighting against and looking that way? Against subpar guys. So, but I knew it. I predicted it. I predicted that this was going to be a third fight, and I'm not the only one who predicted it. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm pretty disappointed right now. And yeah, just leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see a third Triple G Canelo fight. That's all I got for now, guys.